What's up, fragrance family? My name is James with Cheapie Fragrance Reviews, and today I'm coming at you with 5 fragrances to keep you smelling great all throughout the fall and autumn season. The last video that I recorded was excessively long, and I apologize for that, so today I'm going to keep it short and sweet and a little bit spicy and woody. See what I did there? Keep it locked, and after the intro, I'll be right back with these 5 beautiful fragrances. First fragrance we're going to talk about today is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This one right here is a beautiful cheapie that you can get on most discounters when in stock, because this one is absolutely beloved in our wonderful fragrance community. It's going to run you about $40 to $45 on most discounters. And the bottle's pretty cool. I won't get into it much, but the atomizer is built in. It's got a pretty decent atomizer, for what it's worth. Anyways, let's get into it. So the top notes have a little bit of citrus by way of the bergamot that's in there, but the citrus, and there's some florals in the mid with some incense. The most beautiful part about this fragrance is the dry down and the base note. This has got your vanilla, you got benzoin, so that cinnamon accord. You've got woody notes and some ambroxan. Overall, this is a head turner fragrance that cuts through the cold, gets great performance. You're going to get about 8 hours. I get about 8 hours on my skin, and about a good 2 to 3 hours of projection around arm's length. So it's a very good fragrance for this time of year where it's starting to get colder, and it'll even kick into winter. This fragrance will still be able to push and get you noticed, get you some compliments. Okay. Next fragrance we got is not a cheapie. And if you've been watching any fragrance videos in the past at all, especially during this time of year, you've probably heard it come up. This is Parfums de Marly Layton. For this 4.2 ounce bottle, I think on discounters, you're going to probably find it about $150, somewhere in that realm. So again, this starts off a little bit fruity. There was bergamot in the last one. This one has some apple, has some mandarin and bergamot as well. And then it's also got in the mid, it's got some florals that it shares. I think Mercedes-Benz Club Black has jasmine in the mid, and so does Layton, along with some geranium and some rose. But those florals fall off very quick. I mean, on paper, 2 to 3 minutes, the florals really die off pretty quick. On skin, it takes a little bit longer, but this one, it dries down to a wonderful cardamom, vanilla, sandalwood, creamy, spicy, just this mixture of warmth and velvety softness. It's got some patchouli and pepper in the base as well, and some guaiac wood, I believe. But ultimately, it's a wonderful niche fragrance that has a very designer feel. So it's very wearable. It's not going to be difficult to pull off. Next, this is one that I gushed over in my last video because I just got it finally after hemming and hawing over a decant that was used up. This one is Dior Fahrenheit Les Parfums. All right, I already said it in the last video, and I just went crazy gaga over it, but this has this awesome masculine just vibe to it that is but it's that sexy masculine. It's got that petrol accord that, you know, a lot of people say it smells like a gasoline, but take that gasoline and blend it with some nice soft leather. It's got some mandarin in the top. It's got a little hint of licorice and a lot of booze. So in the mid, it's also going to have some rum. It's going to have coriander and cumin, but the cumin in fragrances can come off a little animalic or a little bit funky, like some fragrances with that note can have like a body odor type of smell. This doesn't have that. It's not that kind of masculine. So this is just sexy masculine, pull you in. Believe it or not though, I've had compliments on this fragrance that people actually felt like it smelled a little bit feminine. So I think, you know, either female or male, you can wear this. I would never have thought that unless I had heard it from somebody else. So, but I have had 2 people compliment me on this fragrance saying that it smelled really good and a little bit on the feminine side. Very interesting. And finally, in the dry down, it has a bourbon vanilla. That's Dior's that's their description of the vanilliness. It's a bourbon vanilla. Ultimately, a fantastic fragrance. And if you can get your hands on a sample, do it, because this bad boy is not cheap. For a designer, you're looking at a 2.5 ounce of this. You'll be hard pressed to find it under $100 on a discounter. You're probably looking at retail about $150 to $160. Moving on, I have 2 cheapies for you. This is Cheapie fragrance reviews, so might as well have 2 more in here and make them both cheapies. Let's go with this one right here. This is Perry Ellis Portfolio Black. Not to be confused with this other guy that I talked about on my video yesterday or 2 days ago. This is Perry Ellis Portfolio Elite in the blue bottle. Completely different fragrance, nothing alike other than the brand. So this one, atomizer for $20 at a rack store, is pretty decent. Whew. Just inhaled a little bit of that. It's still in the air right there. Doesn't taste as good as it smells. This one is awesome. All the fragrances in this video are pretty long lasting. I didn't touch on that. I should say on Leighton, you're going to get about 8 hours of performance out of this on skin, a little bit more on clothing, and it'll project a nice little scent bubble, you know, arm's length, maybe 2 arms length for a solid 2 to 3 hours. It's a pretty strong fragrance. You want to go easy on the trigger in the warmer weather, but this can be worn year round, any time of day. And then Fahrenheit Le Parfum is a banger. It's going to project, it's going to jump off your skin for a good 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're going to have a nice bubble for sure. And that'll push onto your skin around 10 hours or so. But this Perry Ellis Portfolio Black that I just sprayed, it's the weakest of the bunch that I've talked about here. And it's going to get you about 6 hours. On my skin, it gets me about 6 hours, and it pushes for about an hour. Other than that, you're gonna have to touch up. You're gonna have to reapply it throughout the day if you want to have more projection. But if people get close enough in that 6 hours, if they're in, you know, within arm's length of you, they're gonna smell you, and you're gonna smell good. So let's talk about the scent on this one. It's got some citrus and some green notes. A little bit of an herbaceous vibe to it, but the citrus falls off rather quick, as it does in most cheaper designers, and the herbaceousness kind of sticks around for a little bit before drying down into a musky, another creamy, sweet, spicy type fragrance that's going to be a lot of patchouli, amber, sandalwood, that kind of vibe with this fragrance. It smells delicious. It just doesn't last very long. And does it smell synthetic? Sure, but it's $20. Find it at Marshall's, find it at TJ Maxx. it's going to be $20 well spent, and you're not going to be sorry you spent it. Bottom line. Boom, that one's done. Finally, this one is a banger. This is Mustache EDP by Rochas. And this one got a lot of hype when it came out in 2020. It was a re-release of a fragrance that Rochas did in the 1940s. Don't confuse this with the bottle that looks just like it, the Mustache EDT, because you will not like it if you want the fragrance I'm about to describe. The fragrance you would get with that EDT is going to be a very barbershop fougere vibe that doesn't smell anything like this. So be careful when you're clicking that buy button, be careful when you're adding it to your cart, because it's going to be the EDP that you want if you want what I described to you in this video. And this, when I bought this, it was around $30 to $35 on discounters, which is amazing for the juice that you get in this bottle. Now it's climbed up a little bit in price because it was hyped, and you know, they're going to make their money where they know they can. So that's what they're going to do. Atomizer on it is pretty good. Okay, so right off the bat, the top notes, you're going to get some beautiful mandarin orange and some rosy, spicy, not like a real feminine rose, but it's gonna be, I don't even know best way to describe it, because it's not feminine in the least, but it's got this nice pink pepper, soft opening with a contrast of some masculine cedar notes. And then it's gonna chill like that for a hot minute. As it dries down a little bit, beyond that mid, and when it finally gets into the base at about 30 minutes in on your skin, is when it's really gonna start popping with that benzoin, that cinnamon accord, the vanilla, and the patchouli in the base is gonna come out. It's not a real earthy patchouli. It's not gonna be one that you would, think is kind of real unwearable. This is a very wearable fragrance. This one though, all of these can be worn anytime you want to wear them. Any time of year, any time of day, whatever you want. This video is tuned more for fall evenings, autumn evenings, maybe that date night or snuggle on the couch with your honey. But this right here, I personally haven't worn it until now, until this colder weather has started, because it is just, it is a banger. It is strong. I got it at the tail end of winter last year, so I didn't get a whole lot of wear out of it, but I plan to put a dent in that bad boy. And I actually have put a little bit of a dent already, because I decanted it, taken on the go a couple times. So anyways, that is Mustache EDP by Rochas. And that is my final fragrance for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't say it last time, but I do ask you, please, if you like this video, if you took anything away from it, if you like any of the fragrances and you want to hear more about them, comment below. I'll see what I can do to answer those questions for you. And please like, comment, and subscribe. That's the deal. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye. What's up, fragrance family? My name is James, and What's up, fragrance family? My name is James with Cheapie Fragrance Reviews, and I'm coming at you today with 5 fragrances to keep you smelling great all the way through. Fragrance family, my name is James with Cheapie